Hello, everybody. For my chosen artifact, I decided to go with a YouTube compilation of one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite TV shows, Breaking Bad, and his various uses of the word bitch. And I chose this artifact because, again, it's one of my favorite TV shows, and it was kind of the first thing that popped into my head when I was previewing this assignment. And so I have two interpretations of the word bitch. On one hand, I have to admit I do use it as a way to create some friendly banter with my friends, and that's just the kind of like the way that we interact with each other. We playfully interact with each other. However, on the other hand, I do know that it's a word that for many it really does hold weight and has a lot of meaning to it. And um, I know that it's a word that people use to insult others and really put other people down. And so, when it comes to the message the author is trying to convey, I think you can kind of look at this in two different ways. On one hand, you can look at it from, I guess, the director and the screenwriter's point of view. You can kind of see that they were kind of using the word bitch in to add some humor and to add to perhaps even lighten some of their scenes and their um, writing. But however, you can also look at it from the perspective of the actual character um, himself, Jesse Pinkman. He kind of uses um, the word bitch to kind of vent out his frustration and vent out his anger. He in the various scenes you can kind of see him use it directed towards other people or directed towards some of his unfortunate circumstances. And so I think this is related to one of the concepts that we kind of learned in chapter 5, which is the idea of the pragmatic code. Um, so um, Communicating and how we communicate kind of works best if we're all on the same page. And um, you know, what kind of joke um, should we tell? Would it be appropriate to tell this joke? Um, and how do we know uh, whether our partner will interpret our language in a negative or positive light? Um, this kind of relates back to not only my interpretation, but um, what I think how you guys can interpret, which is from the director's point of view, where it was more kind of, I think, as a more lightheartedness and a little bit humor. Um, or you can kind of look at it from the perspective of Jesse Pinkman as a character himself, where he is using it more as a negative in a negative way, and in some ways empowering as well. And so this pragmatic code um, requires us to kind of think about the context of an interaction. Um, would I ever use the word bitch towards um, someone that I just met, even a couple weeks ago? Probably not. Would I use it towards one of my closest friends who I've known for years, and we kind of understand each other? Um, I think it's more likely than not. And so, yeah, I think that's how this assignment is connected to some of the things that we're learning in chapter 5. Thank you for listening.